So Transition Town Totnes started nearly 9 years ago when two people who were concerned about peak oil and climate change came together and gave talks and showed films in the town of Totnes to a receptive audience. From those talks and films, a large group of people came together in the town to think about how they could build the resilience against those outside shocks that might come from peak oil and climate change. And that's about having a really strong local infrastructure, which means that we have local food and energy and sustainable buildings. So from those theme groups, projects started happening.
Transition Streets was all about changing the world on a street-by-street basis. So groups of neighbours got together with the help of the Transition Streets workbook and looked at what changes they could make to how they lived. They looked at energy, water, food, travel, waste, and they supported each other in those changes. I think what Transition Streets allowed Transition Town Totnes to do was to reach out much further beyond our initial supporters, and it really genuinely built community resilience.
It was right around 2012 when we launched the Local Economic Blueprint project. This was the brainchild of Fiona Ward, and the idea in a nutshell was if we can better understand our local economy and map current conditions, we can also identify those opportunities to strengthen local economic activity and local economic actors. And so that's what we did. The project really was two things. One was doing this research, mapping the local economy, really making the case for relocalization as a development strategy, as a community-led development strategy, but we engaged local leaders too from the very beginning and took them on this learning journey.
So we're in the Economy Centre, and it's like a business incubator. We're really about supporting enterprise that is about delivering what we identified really in the local economic blueprint. But really it's to support any enterprise that is about delivering value in ways that is more than just about making personal profit, although that needs to be there in order to make them sustainable, but they're actually delivering value to the community. They've got the sort of the environmental and community objectives really that you might identify with Transition Town Totnes, that's through the businesses. So the sort of things we're looking about are doing things much more locally.
I think one of the things that's been really interesting over the past 4 years is that because we've been working more strategically on local economic development, I think it's become clearer for people throughout the transition movement how important economics really is. If what we're trying to do is create more resilient, more sustainable communities, we can't do that without changing the nature of our local economies as well.
So for me, in those last 9 years, it feels like we've come a long way to working in partnership across the town to really build our resilience, our local economy, and also the foundations for that. And it feels like the next 5 years are going to be really exciting.